What is up? What is up? This is Grant David with Static Multimedia bringing you another exclusive interview. This time around, we're talking to one of the fiercest and meanest battle rappers to ever grace the mic. His name, of course, is Iron Solomon, and he's got a new album out called Monster. He's here today to tell us a little bit about that, and we're going to discuss a few other things as well. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Static Multimedia welcomes the monster himself, Iron Solomon. So, I saw that you were recently at South by Southwest, the music and film festival. How was that, dude? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was amazing. That was my first year down there, and I got to meet so many amazing up-and-coming and established artists that I'm a fan of, and they, for the most part, knew who I was, showed me a lot of love, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah, I saw you were kicking it with Slaughterhouse, dude. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were all real, just good guys and pretty funny, and we were talking a little shit to each other. And, yeah, they're cool, all good people, and incredible MCs, obviously.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's really good to hear. I'm glad you had a good time. All right, man. Well, let's get down to business and talk about this beast of a debut album called Monster. Can you give us a little background information on the album? What can fans expect?
Basically, this is my artistic vision. This is the way I want my music to sound. I produced or co-produced every song on the album. All of the songs are, reflections of who I am as a person, whether it's something about, when I go through every day, the stress I go through, or, some celebrating going on, or, just some raw lyricism here and there, but pretty much every song serves purpose on the album. I think that there are a lot of things that people will probably relate to in their own lives that I talk about on the album.
Cool. And what's behind the name? Why did you decide to call it Monster?
Monster kind of stems from the idea of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I love the most about hip-hop culture is that it's a collage culture, and, from the way that we get dressed, the way that we make our music, we take pieces from every different, area of life. We take, construction tips that are designed to be in a construction site, and then we put it with, $1,000 Japanese denim, and then, a shirt a polo shirt that's supposed to be worn on a yacht, and then, Yankee fitted.
Yeah.
Us mixing those pieces. Same way we approach music, where we take a break beat from a record, and then take a chord from over here in classical music, and just mixing that stuff up. Frankenstein was a collage human being. He's a person that was made up of various species of other people who were just dead. And when we sample old music or we reference old music, we're taking pieces of stuff that's dead, and we're giving it more life than it ever had. Before we resurrected it.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of my metaphor for hip hop and just kids and teenagers, like generation, and also, Frankenstein was misunderstood, and I feel like hip hop culture misunderstood. I feel like young people in general are just misunderstood, and really our version of Frankenstein is just that we're taking all the pieces of the world and the crazy fucked up shit that we see on the news that we hear every day, and we spit it back out, and sometimes it's violent, sometimes it's reckless, sometimes it's misogynistic, and we get blamed for it, but really we're just spitting out all the things that we've been fed over all these years.
Yeah. So you produced every single track on the new Monster album, is that correct?
Yeah, I either produced or co-produced, or had a hand in it some way. Some songs I created from scratch, and then my main collaborator Isaiah, he and I would get together and finish it, or some songs he started and then we would finish together. But yeah, I had a hand in every step of the way, from the production to playing instruments and writing string parts, being there when the album was being mixed, and making sure that everything sounded right. Yeah,
it's cool that you bring up the whole the collage Frankenstein feel, because I noticed a lot of it's a very versatile album, but while it's versatile, it's completely cohesive. There's some Beastie Boy influences, some rock and roll, a little bit of Jay-Z, and it's all very New York.
Wow, thank you. I mean, it's amazing that, I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's definitely my intention, and it's good that, people are picking up on that, and, I do feel like it's very New York, even though it's not like what you would think of as a typical boom bap New York sound. It feels still very New York to me, and so it's amazing that that's coming across in that way.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So what is your personal favorite track off the album, if you had to pick one?
It's tough, man. The last time that somebody asked this, I said that Wake Up was one of my favorites, and Get on My Level.
Yeah.
But I guess we could maybe pick another one. I really like The Empire with Wally.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like New York, just speaking of it being about New York, it's like, to me, it has the aggressiveness and the grittiness and the, like, kind of, I don't care about anybody else attitude that New Yorkers have a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it has a mix of hip-hop and kind of a rock and roll edge, and then, the live horn come in, so it's soulful, and then it kind of dies down, and in the end, it gets really, like, kind of bittersweet and sentimental, and I feel like, that's kind of who I am as a person, and that's what New York City is as a place, and for me, there are a lot of great New York songs out there, but it just felt like it really expressed the way I feel about New York and who I am as a New Yorker, just the attitude and the, kind of aggressiveness, but at the same time, the sentimental, kind of emotional landscape of the city and just like the beauty that you can find in such a other place,
Now, who is Tug of War about? Is that about anyone specific? Any girl specifically?
That's actually not about one person. I wrote that over kind of a long period of time and saved little pieces of it and rewrote it, but it was part of it was like the relationships of really close friends of mine that I had observed and kind of writing from the perspective of what I would do in a situation or what I would want to say in the situation, and pieces of it are various relationships that I've been in. So that one is, it kind of like a ongoing narrative that especially works as a one-on-one relationship, but I was just drawing from multiple relationships I've been in and then other relationships that I've witnessed, like right around me with people that I'm close to and work on music with,
Yeah, it's kind of like Jay-Z's song Cry. It's kind of the same mentality. I got you.
Yeah, when I read that article where he said that, it made me smile because I do some of the same stuff.
Now, I saw that you were streaming the entire Monster album online for free on SoundCloud.com. Now, what was the thought process behind that? Are you not concerned at all about piracy issues or anything like that?
I think in this day and age, fans are gonna download an album for free no matter what.
Yeah.
People that really do want to pay the money and can't afford to pay it, and be supportive in that way are going to. And for me, as much as I want to sell as many copies as possible and be able to continue to fund my own music career, what's most important to me is that as many people as possible hear the music, and I think that just getting it out there and making sure that people get a chance to digest music and hear it the way it's supposed to be heard is more important to me than, wrestling with fans for $1 or trying to, run away from the inevitability of piracy.
Yeah, I feel you. I think that's pretty savvy and pretty cool of you, and I know the fans really appreciate it. I know I do. But why did you decide to include the whopping 6 bonus tracks? Like, what makes them bonus tracks as opposed to the other songs on the CD?
Some of them had appeared on the mixtape previously.
On the Red Rum Radio?
Yeah. But they hadn't, on the mixtape, they had all the drops and sound effects. I want to make sure that people got them without all that extra stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I also feel like, in this day and age, when you pay for an album because so many people don't, I want to make sure that people get as much as possible without me having to create, I think 12, 13 songs is a good length to get your point across, but I don't want to, create an album that's long just for the sake of being long. I want to make sure I get my artistic vision across, but at the same time, I want to give fans a little something extra. And of course, on just the body of the album, there's really only one other rapper who's rapping a verse, that's Wally. But, just having all those great, amazing artists that I collaborated with and having their names attached to the project, it would be kind of foolish not to put them on there. It's a great way to build it and get people interested in it, knowing that those other artists on there, but at the same time, I get to keep the body of the album, the 13 songs, still mostly me, and the vision is still intact.
Okay, yeah, now that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's cool. So you're probably most well known as a battle rapper. So how do those skills transfer over to, mainstream music? Like, do you find it harder to write songs when there's not like an opponent there to pick apart?
There are times where it is harder, and then now that I'm so focused on the studio and songwriting, sometimes it's harder to write, something that's more battle oriented. I think the thing to do is as an MC, we all have the ability to be great at a lot of different things, and when you have a natural talent for something, you tend to lean on that talent a little more. Like a basketball player who goes right all the time,
yeah,
is gonna end it. He's good at going right, and it comes easy to him. He's gonna go right all the time, and then his left is gonna be kind of weak. But if you're disciplined about making sure you go left when your inclination is to go right, eventually you're gonna be a really well-rounded basketball player. So for me, it's just about taking, doing a battle is basically like writing a song about being better than somebody over and over again.
Yeah.
So you get really good at that topic, and all you have to do is just approach the other topics the same way. You try to have the same energy, the same punchline, the same wordplay, alliteration, double entendres. Try to do the same thing, but just have it give out a slightly different topic.
Okay, I got you. Well, being kind of up-and-comer rapper, who is your dream collaboration with? Like, if you could pick one person to work with, who would it be?
I think right now it would probably be Kanye West, because, it would allow me to not only collaborate with one of my favorite rappers, but also one of my favorite producers. There's definitely a lot of other rappers I would love to work with, but I think just for the overall collaborative experience, not just like getting a first email, I think that would probably be the most exciting one.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be dope. You think there's any possibility of that happening anytime soon?
You never know. My man, he's like a close friend of Kanye. He'll tell me that, him and Kanye watch my battles in the studio and stuff. So, anything is a possibility. I set my sights high and hope that everything lands, somewhere towards the top.
All right. Well, what does the future hold for Iron Soul, man? What are your next steps moving forward?
The next step is really to hit the road and, try to connect with as many people as possible and bring us to as many people as possible to make a type of album that doesn't rely on first week hype, or, it has room to grow and have more people hear it. And then also just releasing a whole lot more music. I have like 3 other projects that I'm working on right now that have a good amount done already. A follow-up to the Red Rum Radio, so Red Rum Radio Volume 2. Another mixtape that's all original material, no radio freestyles, and then the follow-up to the Monster album, which is, a complete album. So yeah, just releasing music a lot quicker, a lot more music, and, just trying to have more of a presence that way and feed fans what I feel like they do in business.
For sure. So are you going on tour with Monster then?
Yep, I'm at the Passport agency as we speak. Actually, hold on, I think it's done.
All right.
I'm actually at the Passport agency as we speak because I leave tomorrow at like 5 a.m. for Reno, and from there we just work our way up the coast, going to Portland and Eugene and Seattle and up to Canada.
Nice.
So I had to recruit my passport real quick and hit the road.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. I saw that Shit Indie Rapper Say video, which I thought was just fucking hilarious. What made you want to do that?
So my man Franz at Duck Down 3D and Red Bull kind of approached me with the idea, and I just thought it was funny, and the last time I acted was in 8th grade when I was Danny Zuko in the 8th grade production creation. And, I don't think of myself in that way necessarily, although I do love, trying to convey emotion and perform, so it's something that I would be interested in getting into more. But I just decided that, it was a little risky. I wasn't for sure about it, but at the end of the day, when I saw it, I felt like, it was funny and it was fun, and I wanted to just, be able to show people different sides of what it is to be a human being, because I think that, part of what my album is about and what my message is about is that, everybody has something embarrassing, everybody has stress and struggles, and none of that stuff should really be embarrassing. We should be okay with ourselves, and we're all different, and, I think even through comedy and just, letting people see me kind of be silly or whatever, and, it's another way of getting that across. Just having fun with it.
Yeah, and if you can't laugh at yourself, then what's the point?
Exactly. I'm like making fun of other rappers, but I'm really making fun of myself too.
Yeah.
We all say that stuff every day.
Yeah, I saw you talking to Static Selecta on there. I actually interviewed him a little bit back. He's pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he was great, man. He was really, really natural. He was one of the most impressive people because he just, rolled with the punches and he was right on the mic.
Yeah. And then on more of out of my own personal curiosity, I saw that you had a pretty successful Kickstarter campaign that was up to 20,000 or whatever when it ended. And this is something I'm interested in doing myself. So how did you manage to garner that much money? Did you just promote that nonstop?
I reached out to a lot of friends and a lot of family, and I reached out to the fans as well, and I think we just were able to create a video that was compelling and reach out in a way that people want to be supportive, and then kind of calling all the Christmas, Hanukkah favors that I had been sitting on, and then a lot of fans came through and were supportive. I also reached out to people beforehand, before I started it,
to
try to get a sense of some more well-endowed friends or people that I thought might be able to contribute, to get a sense of what I was realistically looking at, and then just be diligent. I was diligent about it. Really, really blessed to have that type of support.
Yeah, it was very successful, man. That's awesome. All right, man. Well, where will Iron Solomon be at in 5 years? Where do you think you'll be at in 5 years?
Hopefully, I'll be either in the studio or on a stage, still making music, probably making the best music of my life, and probably just having a little more freedom as far as who I work with and what I can spend money on to make sure the music happens the way I want it to happen, and it happens quickly and sounds the way I want it to sound, and helping nurture other people's careers, but primarily just making great music and having the freedom to do it the way that I want.
That's great, man. All right, well, one last thing before I let you go. I just really genuinely want to thank you on behalf of myself and the rest of Static Multimedia for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me, man. Thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure. I want to thank you for, creating a positive outlet for music and having, good, interesting questions and taking it down with me, man. I appreciate that just so much.
Not a problem, man. You're welcome back anytime, and we congratulate you and wish you the best of luck on Monster, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, have a good day.